Alright guys, we're going to show y'all how to Mylar seal your stuff. We got the 5-gallon bucket, and this is a Mylar bag for the 5-gallon bucket. So you just open it up. And today we're going to do flour. And I'll show you what the ending result is. But you want to push the Mylar bag in all around the sides of the bucket and the bottom. Try to get it as straight as you possibly can. So there, for the inside of the Mylar bag looks like the inside of the bucket. So, alright, we'll get the flour poured in here, and we always put some like the flour,
rice, beans,
and the rice and beans. We put some bay leaves in there. It helps. We'll put some in the bottom, and we'll put some halfway, and we'll put some at the top. Kind of helps out with the bugs. So it kind of deters insects and stuff from getting in it. It's kind of hard for anything to get into a Mylar bag after it's been sealed, but it's just an extra precaution.
Well, what happens is it takes the air. We're going to also use oxygen absorbers, and it's going to take the air out. So,
yeah.
I mean, we just do it for extra precaution. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Because the oxygen absorbers will take all the air out, and then nothing that is alive in there can live.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's anything in there.
Yeah. Also, it's a good idea to put your flour and your sugar in the freezer, or your flour in the freezer for 24 to 48 hours if there is any kind of things living inside the
It's not 24 to 48 hours. It's usually like 48 hours plus.
48 hours plus.
But then you got to take it out and let it come to room temperature for probably a few days or more.
Okay. But anyway, we'll be right back. Okay, so a couple of things I want to talk to you all about when doing flour. We had put the flour in this 5-gallon bucket before we got the Mylar bags, so I'm transferring it from the 5-gallon bucket into the Mylar bag, and it is very messy. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to get any flour on the top portion of this Mylar bag, because you don't want anything to interrupt the seal when you seal it. And also, when you get about halfway, just kind of bounce your bag a little bit, turn it, and make everything settle in its place. Now, don't freak out if you do get flour on the inside of your Mylar bag. Just be very cautious. And also, if you do get it on there, just clean it off really, really good with the dry cloth. And if you happen to use a very damp cloth, I mean just a very lightly damp cloth to get it off. Make sure it's completely dry before you seal it up. We're about halfway done filling that bucket with flour, and we'll be right back. All right, we got the flour in the bucket. We went around. There wasn't hardly any flour on the rim. Just kind of wiped it a little bit, made sure it was kind of clear. And we're going to put some oxygen absorbers in it. Now, in our beans and rice and everything, we put how many oxygen?
2,000 cc.
2,000 cc's,
which is 400 or 500 ones.
400 or 500 oxygen absorbers. See how they look, like that. And we got 4 in there, and now we're going to show you how we seal it, get the air out of it, and you don't need no fancy vacuum pumps or anything unless you don't have the oxygen absorbers. Then that would be good to have, and we're not doing it like that. So let me get this thing over here where we can see it and get closer to the
Make sure you're not
flat iron. You can use a regular iron like you iron clothes with. Just put a board underneath it and iron it just like you're doing clothes, and it seals the bag. She's trying to get it evened up where I can start sealing it. You just grab it on the edge and just kind of go down real slow. Kind of grab it on the end and pinch it. And it seals up really nicely.
Can I see you?
Yeah. I think, let me think. Hold this.
Because you're right there. You might need to move that bucket.
Yeah, you can see it.
I know, but see you doing it.
Yeah. So we're going to continue to go down a little bit. Going to keep these things kind of straight. Just kind of press it all the way down. Yes. And we put our straight iron as hot as it would go, which is 410 degrees. And it will melt the Mylar if you hold it on there too long.
You gotta keep moving it.
Yeah, you gotta keep moving it. So as you can see, I didn't go all the way to the end. There's a little air gap here. And I'm making a mess. The cord's not long enough. It'll do for now. Wait, see, you can see there's a little hole here, and now we're gonna get the air out of it.
Well, as much as we can.
Yeah.
With the oxygen absorbers. Okay.
And now, I'm gonna cord. Just pack it down and seal it. Just make sure it's sealed good. Gotta go over your work. So far, everything we've done is sealed excellent. I'll show y'all here in just a minute.
Leave your buckets open for 2 days. Make sure that it does seal good.
Okay. I'll show you. We did some
This-
1 gallon.
This one here. Our beans. That's been 2 days.
You know, if you'll see, it almost looks like they're vacuum sealed and they're tight. In there, almost like a brick. It just sucked, those oxygen absorbers just sucked the air out of them. Those are the beans and rice. And then we're going to show you the 1 gallon bags that we did. And this surprised the heck out of me. This is the 1 gallon Mylar bag with the oxygen absorber. We just squeezed the air out of it the best we could. Didn't use no machine. Put the oxygen absorbers in there, and these things are hard, like those community coffees you get. And I know somebody's gonna criticize me for using a marker on here, but we have labels. We just mark them with a marker right now to show so we can see what's in there. But that's all you have to do. We did lentils, beans, and
Noodles. I can't find the noodles.
elbow noodles. But so we're going to continue our process. If y'all have any advice for us or any questions, put it in the comments below, and we'll try our best to answer them. This is our first time doing this. Now this is elbow noodles right here, and you know elbow noodles have a lot of air in the middle of them. And look at that. That is hard as a rock, and that's elbow noodles. So
Still got another good day to go to really seal up.
yeah. But that's just using the curling iron. Also on the top of the lids, underneath the bottom part of the lid, I'll write what's on it in a marker. And we're also going to label them. But there you go. That's how we did our Mylar bags. And you can buy Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers on the internet. We also got some moisture absorbers. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, they're...
So if you wanted to put a couple in... You could put it in the sugar, couldn't you? Or no? No? Okay. Go ahead.
No, you can't.
You can't. You cannot put it in sugar.
The silica packs are for other things like fruit or dehydrated stuff like jerky, where you want to keep moisture out.
Okay,
Oxygen absorbers are to keep oxygen air out.
I got you. But all right, guys, that's our little tutorial for the day, and show y'all how to do the Mylar bags, and we'll holler at y'all later. Tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know what tomorrow brings.
There you go.
Bye. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.